Jonathan Fibonacci, Can I Do It? The Durango Herald. In 10 minutes or less, one of my favorite things about Durango is the Durango Herald. So can I do it? 10 minutes or less, long-term response to suicide and mental illness stigma to be a focal point, an action plan. There you go. Mia, she's a head staff writer. And then we're going to talk about the friction fire on 1111 Camino del Rio. Friction fire investigation underway. John Fibonacci is going to give you his opinions on the city, state, region. Working on my YouTube channel. Check this out. Mother to help the community heal. 1,000 I Am Loved buttons to distribute to the public. Destiny's Child. I think it's Destiny Jewel. Good job. I think she's doing something for suicide people. She says, my hope is to remind people that they're important and that they matter. Who they are in this community matters. You are important. What's that great movie? The Help. One of the best movies. There's cinema, and then there are movies. Go watch the movie The Help. You are important. You're smart. And that's just my opinion. I think that's the way the quote goes. Here you go. Opinion. Check this out. It says, there are 3 things that no one can do to the entire satisfaction of anyone else. They can't make love, poke the fire, and run a newspaper. Or I would add the 4th. John Fibonacci always adds the 4th. Run a YouTube opinion channel. Holy shit. If you think you are hungry, look at this. These people, they're writing books. That's what chicks do. And that's good. You know, there's problems, and they go, you know what we want to do? We want to eclipse cancer. We're going to feed it. And you know what? Nutrition matters. The Durango-based health professionals wrote a book on cancer and nutrition, but there are other opinions. Like, for example, hemp and 420. Sometimes all you really need is sunshine, some Jesus, some 420, some coffee, maybe some good love. Boom. But, you know, this is another approach, eclipsing cancer. Just beware of any time you have to buy a solution in a book. The real solutions sometimes come from the ground. I hate to tell you this. Author Beatrice Trum Hunter dies. Look at that. Natural Foods Cookbook. Go buy her book. I mean, look, it's beautiful. Beatrice, who wrote more than 3 dozen books. 3 dozen. How many books have I written? She died May 17th. She was 98 years old. Kathy McCormick, Associated Press. Boom. Cookbooks, I guess, are in fashion. We're making tracks. Boom. Look at this. Quinn Simmons. Look at this. Mountain bike national champion. Summer skiing mountain. Boom. Look at this. What else we got? We got another guy, climber. Look at this. What's his name? 3-time Hard Rock 100 Journet. How do you pronounce that last name? Look at this. Check this out. This is what Journet, not Jonathan Fibonacci. I'm saying this is Journet 29. Wanted to climb in September with no other, but look, boom. But poor weather pushed him back. Now look at this. What's going on? Journet, who holds the record. Look what he did. Look what he did. Mount Everest in a single climb and finished 12:15. Boom, Monday. North Face, 26 hours. Go watch the documentary Valley Uprising. I mean, that's Jonathan Livingston Seagull. Boom. You're like, Jonathan Livingston Seagull? No, I'm Jonathan Livingston Seagull. That's Jonathan Livingston talking about Journet, however the fuck you pronounce his name, Mount Everest. Go watch that documentary Valley Uprising. And they talk about just the sport, the evolution of climbers, and just the thing. I think it was Hillary that climbed Everest for the first time. And then Valley Uprising, you know, sometimes it takes, 10 years for a certain mountain to be climbed, and then the next guy does it in 5, and then boom, and then before you know it, these guys are doing like crazy stuff. They're even inventing words. Acclimatization, a word. What's this? It seems that this type of express acclimatization. That's the word of the day. Acclimatization. It works. And the body tires less. And as a result, we're stronger when it comes to the challenge. Now, there's acclimatization, however you say the word, is journée. There's Jonathan Fibonacci, then there's Lance Armstrong, who gets his acclimatization through pharma. You're like, I totally don't get you mixing cycling with Mount Everest. Guys, these are just my opinions. You don't even have to watch this channel. One channel we have to talk about is the friction fire on quadruple 111 Camino del Rio. Friction fire. What is a friction fire? You're asking. Well, let me tell you. A friction fire is when your insurance policy and your mortgage rubs up against each other. And sometimes when those insurance policies and those mortgage and like the way sometimes those deductibles and you're like, boom, investigation underway, John Fibonacci. That's not even funny. Why would you even make fun? I'm just saying that sometimes friction fires happen. You know, I grew up business in Austin, Texas, the beautiful oasis out there. The beautiful oasis. That's a friction fire. You're like, what? Google Austin, Texas oasis fire. That's a friction fire. Fibonacci. Irving's 42 points, push Cavs now. Boom. My beloved basketball. I don't know if I've mentioned today, there is no better basketball player than John Fibonacci. Look at this. Broncos quarterback, Trevor. I hate to say, I just don't like people named Trevor. It's an opinion thing. I don't know why. And then we have, I don't know if you know anything about this. Boom. And it's just, then it just goes downhill. And then we start, doing like commercials for shit. And then, then you go back and say, just tell people, say John Fibonacci agrees, say I am loved. Just send an email to your mom, just say I am loved. Or mom, send an email or a text or Insta, whatever the fuck people do, say I am loved. And you know what, stay off politics. Man, I'm tired of politics. Nothing tires me more than a political debate. And I used to be so fucking political. Like, boom, check this out. China's not populous, hell out. And which is really weird about politics. They're the same people. I mean, the problem is not the Republicans and the Democrats. The problem, John Fibonacci's opinion is, the problem is corruption. Because, there's another person that ran that you could say this exact same thing. Let me show you what fake news looks like. And I like this because, like this guy, he's like, boom, it's just Jonathan's opinion. Letters you can send to the Durango Herald. Say, hey, the Jonathan Fibonacci guy on YouTube. He's keeping your print newspaper alive. You should hire this guy. You should get, I know you're down to like 3 editions a week, and digital's taken over. And Jonathan Fibonacci is going to save the day, and he's going to make an online version of your local newspaper. Maybe mix in some national news, maybe some like independent news, stuff that you're not even hearing about. But back to what we really like to talk about, Trump. Holy shit. It says Trump is not a populist, rather an establishment sellout. And here's the thing, I don't give a fuck about this guy, this Ross. Do that. Okay, sorry. I want to get his name right. Do that. Okay. Anyway, what he's saying is he's saying Trump is not a populist, but I know another person that ran that was probably, arguably, the most established presidential candidate's wife, maybe in the last 100 years. So, and this is what it looks like. This is how you argue politics. You just change the name out, and you just say the same shit about the other person. And then at the very end you go, or perhaps not. All this discussion, and you end with the bird saying, or perhaps not. I mean, any writer knows that when you say this shit, you don't just negate it in your last paragraph and go, or perhaps not. I mean, I'm never going to end something and say, this is beautiful, or perhaps not. I mean, come on. All right, it's time to sell this channel. Let's see who's advertising with me here. We got Big R's. They got it, and they're doing some stills. If you're kind of needing some of that stuff. And then I always want to promote local businesses. Sometimes it's getting hard to get local businesses to advertise. So, you know what? Let's just forget about the local businesses. Let's just forget that local businesses create 70% of our jobs. By the way, you can go to a Sears and you can get 40% off. But I'm sure there's people in Durango that are local that would give you the Fibonacci discount, would give you up to like 42% off. Just got to find them on this channel. Wait. They got to first advertise. Wait, I'm sure there's really cool furniture stores in Durango. But Ashley Home Stores is paying to advertise with Jonathan Fibonacci. Look how beautiful that is. I wonder if anybody in Durango sells outdoor furniture that's prettier than that. I know there is. In fact, there's a place called Supernova. There I go, promoting local businesses in a city, state that I love. Durango, Four Corners, Telluride, keeping the news fresh, telling you who's dying, who's winning, who's writing. I'm telling you who's writing books. I'm talking about the college athletes that are amazing. I'm talking about seniors. Who else is doing that at Valentine? And I might even throw in some, well, I said it, Jeje Hala del Diablos. Buenos. I'm working on my Spanish still. Don't want to really oversell, but this is cool. El Diablo. Students can't wait to get out. What are they doing? Let's see. It says Buckley and Stevens paddleboard in the Animas River. See, that's what people do in beautiful Colorado. That's how you're supposed to spend your summers. Holy shit. What do these kids know? They don't know how lucky they are. This beautiful Four Corners area. I grew up in Oklahoma. We certainly weren't doing that. Holy shit. You know what I was doing? Well, that's a whole different discussion. Paying the price for student success. Parents, I feel you. In fact, if you're watching this channel, send this to your mom or your dad and say, hey, I know you're paying the price for my success. Jonathan Fibonacci, they're like, who? Like, just go to PayPal, give him $50. He's keeping the Valentine Durango Herald alive. He's talking about libraries. He's talking about how that we need to preserve these libraries. And by La Plata County in Durango has the best library on the planet. I challenge anyone. This is an open challenge, Fibonacci. I'll put $100 on it right now. You show me a prettier, better library, and I'll give you $100. I got pictures. I'm a photographer. We are on the fucking river. It's a beautiful, it's not just architecture. It's a library. It's a community. It is a sacred space. Boom. Support your local library. They are indeed sacred spaces. I know. Sometimes you gotta tie one on. 2016 Best of Durango. If you need to get your hooch on, I think they got some Crown Royal for $46.99. You can ask for the Fibonacci discount. You can probably pull that for about $44.05. Just go in there and maybe get some Sky, $19.99. Not with John Fibonacci. You walk into Star Liquors and you're like, all right, John Fibonacci says you are going to sell that to me for the Fibonacci discount. They're going to like, what? Sky? How much? I'm like, Skyfall. And then you're going to be like $15, and that includes tax. Taking that shit, putting that on Instagram, putting that on fucking Twitter, Insta, putting Fibonacci, and you're like, what's up? Fibonacci is out. You guys be good. Support your local community. If you'd like to advertise on this channel, we're growing. Friction fires and suicide. Not all bad news. The Durango Herald, one of the best things that going on in the Four Corners, and I want to keep newspapers alive. You guys be good. Email me, americana417@gmail.com. Whether you're Wall Street Journal type, living in a mansion, or whether you are the Hobbit House in beautiful Durango. I want to support the Four Corners the best I can. You guys be good. Email me your thoughts, questions. Drop me some PayPal. Go to PayPal, put americana417@gmail.com. Say, all right, dude, that's $15. That was beautiful. Thank you, La Compete, for the Hobbit House. You guys be good. Email me, americana417@gmail.com.